definitely getting eggs now. So it's come to start doing a bit of back pointing on the building. So we're going to mix them up, put a bit of aggregate in the mix, and some of our voids you can get 2 fists in. So we need to back point that and cram it full of some stone. But at my mix, everyone's different, but I'm sticking to my mate Ian, if you're watching Ian. Everyone finds their own way with lime, and I'm doing it this way. 2 plastering sand, it's 3-to-1 mix, 2 plastering sand, 1 building sand, and 1 with the lime. So you'll find your own way. Apparently that's what I learnt off Ian was, you know, with the water mix, with the aggregate, you find your own way, but it's generally 3-to-1. So we'll let it get mixing away, put some of this in, and while Becky's doing some of that, where she did do a fantastic job actually, I am proud of you, love. I came back and I was like, oh my god, she's done the building. So, look, we'll come back and we're straight onto the back pointing. The weather's holding, which is good, there's no frost coming. Yeah, Nell's doing a grand job. We've noticed that she just likes to stay outside and look after the animals. So, but yeah, I'm going to get on with clearing and getting prepped for the ring beam detail, and there is some concrete still on the building that I'm just going to be hitting it with a breaker basically all day while Becky's doing her magic with the back pointing. So let's get a mix on. I don't know how much to put in.
That should be enough.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Give it another. Give it another.
Put another one in then.
Get another in.
Well, it's trial and error this, isn't it? So in case anybody's wondering what I mean by back pointing, I'm sure if you've been watching us for a while you've seen that there are some huge voids when we removed the old pointing. A lot of the stones were just falling out, it's pretty loose. So we're going to just kind of back point to try and keep the building as stable as possible. So this is the first wall we started on, and yeah, there's quite a few there, and that's been open now for, well, I don't know, a couple of weeks, which is not ideal. So we're going to try and back point the big voids just to give some strength to the structure, and make it easier when it comes to actually pointing. But Sam also needs to put the ring beam on top there and clear the top of, there's a lot of organic material up there, grass, soil, dead trees, moss, all sorts. So that's Sam's job really, is to try to get the top of that clear. That bit coming down, the apex there, because we're going to join the 2 buildings together. And a lot of people did mention putting glass to join the 2 buildings together rather than stone, and you'll be pleased to know, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to put glass between the 2 buildings to let the light in, and there's going to be space in there as well to start a staircase which is going to go up to the children's bedrooms on the top floor. That is the plan. Things may change, and yeah, nothing's set in stone literally at the moment. Oh, that was a terrible pun, I didn't even mean to do that, but anyway. So while Sam gets that mix ready for me, that's my job. Fill the voids, as many as I can, and he's going to continue with cement removal and stabilising the top of the barn. I just need to move this trampoline. Just keep working around it all the time. It's time for it to go as well. most of our hens tend to lay in the coop, but we have one hen who insists on laying in the house. Let's say Euan's been and got it. Got the one egg. So how many have you gathered up so far this morning?
4.
4, and one is laying still, is she?
Yeah, one's still laying here. Yeah, laying.
Good. So about 5 eggs a day. We're doing all right, aren't we? From 6 hens. Not bad going.
So while I've got that mix on, I'm just going to show you what I've been getting up to.
It's slow going that. There's so many big voids that I have to pack out with big stones, little stones. It's not easy. This is a lot, as you can see on this side. There's a lot of gaps to fill, and I've got all the tools, I've got the trowels, and I've got all the bits and bobs.
But I'm going to be honest, I'm finding doing it by hand easier. I've got double gloves on because I know that lime is really, really dangerous and it can give you burns on your hands. So I'm double gloving it up, but I find it much easier to get it into the oddly shaped nooks and crannies. I do try with the trowel, but it's just really difficult, slow going, and I find I'm losing a lot falling out. It's the dry mixed lime, so it's not easy to work with, but yeah, I don't know. I did search off on Google, is it normal to do it with your hands? Not literally my hands, but you know. And apparently it is something that's done quite a bit in France. I know there's going to be people that tell me that's the wrong way, and I get it, but everyone finds their own way. And for me, this is just working well. So I pack it out with stone. I then put like a bedding of the lime, put a bit more stone in, a bit more lime, and I'm really conscious because I know that really an inch is the deepest you can sort of do in a layer. So I am aware of that, so I'm trying not to stuff it in too much. As tempting as it is to roll a big ball up and shove it in, I'm trying not to do that. So we'll see how it turns out, but so far so good.
Proper chuffed with that. It pivots about. So I'm just going to secure it on, as I've seen some other off-gridder do. You just use big heavy duty cable ties. So that's what I'm going to do. There is some little holes, you see. So I'm going to do some super duper cable ties, but I'll show you what Becky's done. Becky is dancing over here, shouting, Sam, Sam. So she's managed finally. She'll tell you herself. Hang on. Let's get over there. Let's have a little jog. Let's have a little jog. Go on, what have you managed to do?
It's a big win for me today. Big win. So Toby has not let me put a halter on him.
Let's get in there.
Since day dot. So I've been working with him every day since we got him to get him to trust me to put the halter on. And today is the day I've got it on
It's
him.
taken weeks.
It's taken weeks. I've
We've
getting his
both been-
trust.
We've both been stood there, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been a lot of trust building. That wasn't very nice of me to put his breakfast next to his poop pile, was
I
it?
think he's bothered. Toby.
The problem I've got is that I could only find a halter nearby for a
Good
pony.
lad.
So it's doing the job, but it's not right really.
No.
He needs a proper donkey one, but just to even get that on him has taken, what's it been, maybe over a month?
Yeah.
We're actually waiting on a visit from the welfare, donkey welfare sanctuary, because I wanted them to check him over, talk to him about how we can introduce a friend safely to him because he is lonely, and also he's losing
needs a lot,
fur
doesn't
in patches, which could be due to his shedding his winter coat and getting his summer one. But this is amazing. Oh, I know, it's not the best fitting,
He's not
is
as
it?
standoffish now, is he? He used to be really skitty. When I come near him, he'd
He wasn't great with you at first, was he?
No, he'd run away.
But now he's pretty okay, isn't he? So we do need to get someone to come and check him over, and I want them to look at his feet as well, because I'm worried that he might have laminitis, which is a bit of a nightmare for him. But just a second opinion from them will be great. So they should hopefully be coming any day, although I've not heard anything for 10 days. I know they're busy, so I'm sure they'll get to us when they can. I have a little greenhouse on my decking, and someone has decided it's his favourite study spot. Jasper, little monkey. Although I have to admit, I think one of the kids put that in, so they egged him on. Because Sam has gone to get Helifix crack stitching kit for the end of that gable there, and various other places on the building. And the pointing I did is covered over, so it took me ages to do that, the back pointing, not gonna lie. There's supposed to be some cold weather coming this weekend, which we kind of knew was coming, but it's gone. The forecast looks like it's colder than we expected, so I'm halting on the back pointing for now. I'm covering it over and just seeing what happens, because rather I cut a little small area go wrong than a big area. Let's see if I can. So if I peel back, it's in, hopefully feels quite firm. Keep it tucked in and cosy. Hopefully it'll set okay. And how weird is this? After I said this morning that I finally got Toby's halter on, and I was waiting for a phone call from the donkey sanctuary, they rang me literally a couple of hours later, so she's on her way. So that'd be good to get an idea of what's best for Toby long term. I've left him with his halter on just for now because she's coming, and yeah, let's see what she thinks. It'll be really interesting to see. The chickens are making the great escape down the lane, aren't they?
Yeah.
And of course Nell is keeping her eye on them, make sure they stay safe. Yeah, they are wandering down the lane to the neighbours.
The helical fix kit is now here. There's multiple places around the building to do, so I'm going to get on with the crack stitching. But up on the tops where the new wall plate's going to come, Friday they're being delivered. So I need to make the concrete ring beam for the top, but I need to get up there and clean it, because it's like that thick in mud, and I think I need to course it with another load of stone as well. So I'm going to get myself set up with a string line with a bubble on and just see how big I need to do a new course of stone work, because obviously I don't want this much ring beam, I want about this much, not that much, but we'll see. Let's get the string line set up and get the bubble on. So that's my bubble up there. So that is going from, let's get over there, I don't know if you can see it, if it does it justice on the camera, that's the bottom of the 4x3 wall plate. So I'm going to have another wall plate, you see, come out from there all the way along the top of this wall. But as you can see, ring beam would be okay there with that height from the string to the top, but this wall is like, basically it's like this, so that needs building up with some stone. So on the top, if I take you up the top, it's full of mud. It's just mud. It's let's get up there like this. Look at that. And I can actually, hang on, there, we can make a mud bomb. So all this has to come off. There's the old wall plate there. But yeah, it's completely this is what's in the joints. Watch this. Yeah, it's just, you can smell it. It's just mud. So all this is getting packed and repointed, back pointed, then pointed again with lime. But this top section here, where I'm going to put some stone, I am going to use little blobs of Portland, and then I'll point it up with the lime. But because then there's a ring beam going on the top, you see, with reinforced steel mesh inside. I'm going to drill into the top of the stones, and I have a roll fixed resin, 2-part resin that goes in, and then there'll be sections of rebar stuck up basically, which will tie the mesh to with bits of wire, and then there'll be an OSB shutter that goes all the way along. So that'll be a nice solid foundation for the nice new tannalised 4x3 wall plate. That's the plan anyway, that's the plan. There is a bow in the wall. 2 engineers have looked at it now, various people, other stonemasons, other builders, and they're like, I've seen worse, don't worry about it. Obviously the cracks, little bits that are suspect, there's some more on the front of the building, definitely some on the side. This one being, I've chucked some stones in there, but as you can see, they are humongous gaps. So this, like this, all the way down there, it's going to get stitched with the, as our engineer Joe has put us onto, Helifix. This is the, you can even see it on the pictures, but it's all on that's on masonry and brick, but it's the same principle. I did even go to a metal fabrication friend of mine to see if he had the twisty bar, and he didn't. So it looks like Helifix and the Associated have cornered the market if you can't get it from a metal fabrication place, because it's cracking stuff. It's cracking stuff, but it's expensive. But it's got to be done right. If we're going to do it, let's do it right. Get cracking. Get cracking repaired. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see that. See where I put a number 5 as in inch. So I've done it all the way along, sort of roughly to where my bubble is in the middle over there. So I'm going to have to move the line while I, from the top of that big stone here, I'm going to get rid of that, clean it off, and build up 5 inches from that point. Like I say, I'm a joiner, not a stonemason. But I suppose you just got to find your own way. Averaging it, looking between, let's say 5-6 inch, I need to go up. So I've marked the points so that as I'm working along, I know from them certain points, 5 inch stone, probably 4 inch with a bed, decent bed. So it's time to get hunting round with the best stones I can find, and build a course of stone. And once that's done, build a ring beam. Yeah, right, that's me. I've done my marking, got my string up. But yeah, anyway, enough rabbiting. Go and get some cement, get back, get a mix on, get some stones laid.
Morning everybody. So I know that last clip was Sam saying he was going to get some cement, but sadly things took a little bit of a change of turn and we had some bad news from back in England. So he's flown home urgently, got a flight last night, so yeah, he's over there. I'm not sure when he'll be back. I have no idea at the moment, so fingers crossed it won't be too long, but we just don't know. It was a bit of a shock really, so we're all just kind of getting our heads around everything at the moment. Not to go into too many details, I'm sure Sam will talk about it if he wants to talk about it at a later date. But yeah, we're just cracking on today. I'm in Toby's stable because it's windy. It's very nice and sunny, but it's very windy and it's cold wind, which we knew was coming, the cold snap. And it's also my birthday today, so the kids, bless them, they went all out this morning and we were all pretty tired because it was just a 4-hour round trip to the airport. So we didn't get back till quite late, but they did me proud. They got up this morning and they knew I'd be a bit sad, so they went to extra effort, and I'm not allowed to do anything today, which is good. But I just thought I'd come in and just give you an update on Toby and what the sanctuary person told us. So she basically said that, well, she was just grateful actually that I took him on because so many people don't want to take on stallions, and she reckons he's a little bit older than we thought, so probably nearer 11. She had a look at his teeth. The baldy patches, she thinks it could be lice, although she really spent ages hunting for them, couldn't find them. She was really impressed with my getting him used to the halter, so I've just got to keep on that really, keep working at that with him. It's very hit and miss. I'm not doing it today, I'm having a day off today. Normally I'd be trying to put it on him again. I've done it twice now, so I get there in the end, but it takes me a while, so hopefully that will get easier. He didn't like being led, he bolted, so I think that was a bit too much too soon. But anyway, she was really pleased with him, and we talked about whether to geld him or not, so castrate him. Just moving it around because it's hurting my hand. We talked about whether to castrate him because he has a history of aggression with other donkeys, and as he is now, we can't have him with another donkey. So we decided, although gelding carries a bit of a risk, especially in older donkeys, it's worth the risk because he's very lonely and he needs to be with other donkeys, or at least one other donkey. And she asked me if I was willing to keep hold of him, and obviously I am. We love him to bits having him here, but he's very loud, he brays through the night. He clearly needs company, so we decided the best course of action is to geld him. So they're going to arrange that, which is amazing. So thank you so much to the Donkey Sanctuary that they're going to do that, because yeah, they do so much great work here in Ireland, and obviously they've got them in England and everywhere else, but there's a real problem with donkeys and donkey neglect. So if you're able to donate to the Donkey Sanctuary, I'd definitely say please do, because the work they do is amazing. And yeah, these poor animals, they do just get ignored and left to deteriorate into some sorry states. Luckily Toby is pretty okay. She said his feet do need doing and his teeth, so she's also going to sort that out as well, which is phenomenal. I couldn't have asked for more, because we never set out to have a donkey. You know, we're trying to renovate a house, it wasn't in the plan, but I couldn't bear to see him on his own in that field with no shelter, so it was a little bit of a last minute decision to take him in. And Sam obviously built this shelter himself out of what we had lying around, and she was really impressed with it. And also she said it's big enough for 2, so hopefully the long-term plan for Toby is that we might get a second one for him once he's been gelded, and see how he goes. But here he is, chomping away on his breakfast. But yeah, I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of footage of Euan and I. We're trying to dig a wildlife pond. It's not going well, but we're trying. Show you the end result next week. I will try and put a video out next week. I don't even know whether anything's going to be done. I don't know what's going to happen. Everything's very up in the air at the moment, as you can probably appreciate. Yeah, sometimes life just throws these things at you and things don't go quite how you plan them, and Sam's got to be where he has to be right now, and that's important for him and his family. So yeah, we will leave it there, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Bye for now.